They'll be calling you a radical. Holy Moses. I want to explain this, how this played out as far as Madeline Rice, and what an incredible indictment, not just on the courts, which this is so grotesque and so evil, and this is an epic, epic story in the thumbprint of an epic, epic time. The most denial time. We live in extreme, incredible times that people are not recognizing. I want to lay this out. This is such a disgusting thumbprint commentary on us as a people, the media. Let's remember, this whole time this played out, this is an 85-year-old peace activist, none, two others, who did nothing but just try to call the attention of these criminal acts that are going on at Y-12. Y-12 is committing grotesque crimes. Grotesque crimes. They knew that they were trespassing. Megan thought she would get 6 months. They knew the statutes going in. They talk about these things. This is something, they didn't go in blindfolded. What they got blindsided by the corruption of this country, by the courts. This is the quintessential thumbprint. I mean, the death of Aaron Swartz. I mean, 35 years in prison for what? For an email? Really? When these guys can loot and rape this country to no end. They've looted this country to no end. Disgustingest, grotesquest crimes in the history of this country by the whole world for that matter. What am I talking this country? These globalist pricks, what they've done. I'm going to explain to you this, how this played out with Madeline Rice. The plowshares, that's always been the Holy Grail. They know that Y-12 is a place, and here in Utah, it comes full circle. By law, there's not only supposed to be not making more nuclear bombs, but getting rid. Reagan Gorbachev signed the deal. That's international law. But fuck international law. We have the fucking military industrialized nightmare here in the United States. Gone completely insane, the great evil empire. I mean, how evil have we became? Our political system, all its co-ops. So they break in. They do their thing. They're thinking they may be shot because we're paying hundreds of million dollars, if not billions of dollars, to guard the place. It just shows you how, I mean, the $1,000 hammer, on Balco. The $10,000 toilet seat on Balco. Chump change compared to this. I was in the courtroom, the first guy on the stand. Thank you, Quigley. What a magnificent job done. His young, beautiful assistant. I mean, they were magnificent in that courtroom, I got to tell you. They had the security guard first guy up. This is the scam. First off, they charged them, of course. They arrested them. They're in there for 6 hours. Hours. All they did was spray paint. They threw some vials of blood of one of their former founding members. Biblical scripture on a retaining wall. Peace, not war. Biblical scripture. Transform. That's biblical scripture. This is a Catholic nun. This is the daughter of the greatest anti-nuclear activist this country's ever seen. The real deal. Not the phony fraud ones that are all over out there. The grandstand war profiteers. No, the real deal. Madeline Rice. This is the daughter of Dr. Rice. They're both doctors. Her father, the professor. I mean, this is Dorothy Day's protege. For real. And if you don't know who Dorothy Day is, and you're some kind of piece, these dates, and I want to lay this out because this is really an iconic piece of literature right here that, people will be writing about this, I think, for a long time. This is an amazing, incredible story. So they go in on July 28th. That's the day that World War I started. They go in there. They're there for hours. There's nobody watching the story. They had no idea this was going to happen. They're actually, I think, getting hungry, thirsty. Finally, they arrest them. They know they're going to jail. That's what Plowshares does. And I want to say this to the nun who passed in Georgia here not too long ago, how much we love her. The group in Kansas City and the correlations in this, and I'll get into this a little bit as far as, Rosa Parks and that great rant, and as the first Roman Catholic ordained female, priest. That's who I sat with. She wrote the answers to those. At the spiritual part, look, I was there. The whole time I was there. Amazing story. So he gave me a ride home that night in Knoxville. I'll never forget that. put his hands on my head, and he prayed, and he had tears running down his cheeks, and how much he just, you know, it was powerful stuff. Some of them, I mean, really powerful stuff. Wow. So they go in. Greg and Michael out of the Dorothy Day House in Washington, D.C. The correlation so just happens that the inauguration of the Million Masked Man March with John Anthony had come up with the idea and been talking to me, Steve Grant, you know, should we do this, we do this. It's turned into an incredible movement, which was started by a small group of us on the internet, which is a powerful movement. You know, John, Steve, our brothers and sisters, I mean, what an amazing group. We need to protect each other, by the way. We need to really stand up for each other. We are a family. So, I decided I'm staying at the Ralph Nader house, which, what a fraud that is. So, in D.C., I walk over to there, to the Dorothy Day house, one over by myself. But so what happens, they get charged with sabotage under the Terrorist Act. All Patriot Act, all freaking fear-mongering, all the unpatriot act, which backward the Patriot Act's an illegal act, which, by the way, the guts of it are due to expire on June 1st, and all Barack Obama has to do is pocket veto, but he's the biggest fraud. I mean, he's the biggest con man in human history. I mean, we knew what Bushes were, the Bush crime family. This guy conned us all. This guy really, I mean, talk about betrayal. So they break in, they charge them in Tennessee with under the Sabotage Act. That's it. Read the act. The act says very specific, clearly, they have to, in order to be charged under this act, they have to block the enemy. We have, number one, we have to be in a war. Of course, this whole globalist terrorist war, perpetual war, they've mission accomplished. So, but it has to compromise the United States' ability to wage war and to fight. That's the charge. I mean, we're all looking at that like, what? This doesn't even come close. These are peace activists, war, not peace. These are these are biblical Christians to the 10th power, the real deal. These are people of God. Really of God, you know, and so they go in, they charge him. So, okay, charge him with the act, goes through the whole dog and pony show. Found guilty. What? So, okay, let them out on bail, wait and sentencing. Oh, no, they're terrorists. Okay. Holding facility, Megan goes into Georgia. It's set up to hold for a few weeks at the maximum. 19 months. So, I go to New York to start my march at her old place in Washington Square, Dr. Rice's place, which, by the way, the very group of us, the winter of 2010, there was a group of us at Washington. The group of us at NYU is the ones that started Occupy. We're the ones that started Occupy, our group there, and it got co-op. Well, what happened? I was leading up to the 100th anniversary of the Shirtwaist Fire, which is the chemistry building at NYU, where her dad was a professor. That great back when professors were professors. You know, my post-ignorance gig, so something happened right before, 2 weeks Fukushima. So the group of us, I'm home, they're like, Kevin, I thought we were going to freaking do, you know, you've gone all crazy. Fukushima. I says, yeah, it's trumped it. Of course, Megan Rice then, that summer, does her gig. You know, well, the next summer, I got leukemia along the way. So this whole thing's coming. You know, Klauscher's coming to me, hey, Kevin, they did this. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe they did it. I thought they'd been shot. I really had, so I couldn't believe it. And they charge him with this terrorist act. I'm like, and then they find him guilty, so they won't let. So, September 28th, I'm working with Barbara Boxer's office. We're pushing for congressional hearings on Fukushima. You know, I'm talking to Wyden, my senator, Mike Lee, that rat lied to me, all of them. It looks like it's going to happen. I've got Barbara Boxer's staff's here. She's doing good work. She's got family that lives in San Luis Obispo there, you know, Diablo Candy. She gets it. She's going after Allison. It looks like we're going to have congressional hearings. So, okay, we timed all this for my march to Hamilton's grave. We timed all this correlation for Megan Rice's sentencing, September. So, 2013. You know, I'm coming out of the bone marrow transplant. I've been fighting for my life, you know, given 2 months to live in the fall of 2011, you know, with a central line hanging in a juggler, just fighting. I'm fighting Blue Castle here. I'm fighting the Energy Solutions dump site here, which that's where I met the Rices. Megan's mom, Madeline, the Grace, you know, I knew her very well. She was the most brilliant, sophisticated, class act female I ever knew in my, and that's saying a lot, the women that raised me, you know. So, all of a sudden, we just get an email. Quigley sends it out to, you know, Plowshares, they get it to me, whatever. Boom, bang, bing, bong. Patriot Act, we can do whatever we want. No, we delay the sentencing. For how many months? So we go clear to January 28th. So sentencing. Snows that day in Knoxville. We're there. We have a spiritual potluck the night before, which was powerful. It was really emotional. You know, Greg Michael's family's, everybody there. Incredible. It was really, Mary Evelyn Tucker, oh, I mean, wow, how powerful was she there that night? And in the thing, you know, I'm sitting with the beautiful nun from Philadelphia, you know, the other one, I mean, holding my hands. It was really amazing, powerful, powerful time. So, Pete Seeger dies that morning. And you can't, I mean, these dates are incredible. So we're all lined up in the courtroom. So here's the gate. So I'm standing there with Megan's family. All of us were trying to get in single file. They know we're coming. We're talking to people from Tennessee, and they're like, no, when they had this other trial going over here, they opened up both 3 doors. They're single filing us, trying to keep us out of there. That's the game they play. First guy up on the stand, security guard. Security guards, well, we're spending this much money. Quigley does the great job, and his young, beautiful assistants, all of them, their whole team, incredible. So anyway, the whole thing plays out. Mary Evelyn Tucker goes on I mean, I heard some of the greatest speeches, and that's saying a lot, in my life in there. You know, Mary Evelyn Tucker, she's tall, the ex-Yale professor, back before they got skull and crossbone to the 10th power. She says, Timothy, the prosecutor, and the judge who have overstepped their boundaries to 10th power, they're criminals. What they're doing, they're torturing illegally an 85-year-old nun. And I cannot overstate this. There's an 85-year-old peace activist nun, the daughter of one of the greatest Americans who ever walked this earth. Well, person. Forget this flag-waving nation building. You know, she's being tortured. Literally tortured. She's been sitting in this holding facility for 19 months at 55 degrees. Near died in there. And these people say, oh, Megan's so tough. She's so strong. No, she's not. This is coming right from me. Look, she's an 85-year-old woman. I know personally that she had a very difficult time in there and suffered greatly, in a lot of pain, was treated like shit. Interviews were set up that night. U.S. Marshal stopped. She said herself, U.S. Marshal's office treated her like shit. Now, think about it. 85-year-old nun, peace activist. This incredible, spiritual, loving, God-fearing, I mean, not a violent bone in her body. Love, 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 100%. That's all she's ever preached her entire life, since she was a child. Her and Martin Luther King walking together. Wow. I mean, no media will cover. So I get promised by RT, Al Jazeera, the so-called secondary media, the vloggers and bloggers all, oh yeah, the so-called anti-nuclear establishment. I'm talking, oh yeah, talk about a litmus test. So I show up, it's just me. I'm like, really? Really? I'm the only media here? No Al Jazeera's, no RT, no, of course we knew, mainstream media. Wow. This is New York City. The Rices were very prominent in New York City. She's very prominent, Megan. I mean, this is their people. This is their daughter of New York City. That Hamiltonville, that great, this is her. No media in New York City. 19th page of the fucking New York Times. What? And I know for a fact that Megan Rice is very disappointed. Not just in the media who pulled back from her. You know, her own people, our own establishment. We're a family. Where the fuck was our family? You know, I guarantee you, the Million Mask Group, our group, I posted every script. This happens to one of us, I'll guarantee you fucking people are all over right there because we really are a family. The anti-nuclear said, there's the problem. You stop all pacifists, fuck. This was the litmus test. The media fucking turned their back on her. I mean, I think it's so hard. The American populace turned their back. So I'm standing there. They call it snow day. Mary Evelyn Tucker inside the courtroom. Timothy, the prosecutor, got up and went on a rant and called Megan disingenuous. I mean, wow. What an insult. What a lie. I mean, everything the charge is the lie. Everything just goes to show that they don't care about the courts. They don't care about the legality. They don't care about it. This is the arrogance of the nuclear cartel. They do not care about the law. So, illegally charge them. Drummed up bullshit charges. Find them guilty bullshit. Hold them in detention facilities for so fucking long. Illegally. So, Snow Day calls. Mary Evelyn Tucker. Timothy, you call her disingenuous? Let me tell you, I was really taken back by that. She says, I've known Megan Rice since she was a little girl. Disingenuous. You know, and she went on this eloquent, beautiful freaking rant. You want to talk the lineage of Gandhi? You want to talk the lineage of Dr. King? You want to talk the lineage of Gandhi? Megan Rice is that lineage. It's so true. You know, the whole courtroom's in tears in there. I mean, it brought everybody to tears. The bailiffs, everybody. I talked to one of the great big giant African-American. Looked like an ex-NFL player the next day. I think this guy probably did play, lineman in the NFL. He says, I was crying in there, Kevin. I talked to him the next day. And then they called the snow day, and we had to go back. They took our energy out of us, but nobody was there anyway. What did it matter? Me and my YouTube camera. So, they're sitting and they get sentenced. Greg and Michael are sent to Leavenworth, and another one. And trust me, I know these because I do the work. I show up and I talk to these people in very personal ways. The Plashers people, in direct correlation. When I'm in New York, whatever, I have conversations with them. And they tell me the truth in the stories. They're having a very hard time. It's very hard. This is hardcore. Do not kid yourself. Federal prison is hardcore these days. This is no cakewalk. And they make sure they put them in the hardcore. Abuse Megan, then they won't even tell us where she's at. So I'm filing paperwork to go see her. Everybody is. No one. I'm going through the proper channel. What? What? BBC was going to do an interview. Right in the night. U.S. Marshal steps in. Then I get work. I mean, the irons of these are so unbelievable. I'm in New York staying at my daughter's apartment. And we're searching. Somebody in Scotland says, here, it just been come out. She's right there in Brooklyn, Kevin. You're just by coincidence in Brooklyn. I jump out of the house. I go right down there, right to it. Shot a video right there. I've been there 3 times. So they fire a pill, which we know is all bullshit. We're thinking, pill ain't gonna do. The court systems are so hijacked, no one gives a shit. The court stood up. Just like Janice did at the USS Reagan down there. Gave us so kind of the hope. The court says, this is ridiculous. These charges made, and they sent it right back to Judge. He's a real rat. Holy Moses, this prosecutor and this judge talk about rotten hell. And of course she broke the law. But like in Kansas City, as they went to the African-American judge, says, Rosa Parks broke the law. Madeline Rice knows she broke the law. But, sometimes you have to break the law, but she didn't break it violently. She did it elegantly, like Rosa Parks did. She did it very elegantly and masterfully. Not violent, loving, peaceful way. Just amazing. By the way, her mother, I think her mother would be so thrilled, at her strength. And so she does this in a very peaceful... It had to be done. It had to be done. She does it just like it had to be done. Rosa Parks had to do it. She didn't do it violently. But they attacked the peace activists. Vulnerable. They attacked because when we've recorded in history who you are. You people are evil. You people are pure evil. And then you put on hairspray and say you're Christ-like when you're opposite of Christ-like. For you have bared false witness. Wow, and I fear no evil. And, I want to say this to Greg and Michael and Megan right now from our group. From my family, from my people. My children, my grandchildren, my unborn great-grandchildren. Thank you. Thank you. You had to do it, just like Rosa Parks had to do it. Yet, they don't care. These people are evil. This is an 85-year-old peace activist. So, the 6 appellate court, the 3 panel of judges in the appellate court, and that shows you that the court system can work, but it's so broken because they've hijacked, and she's been in for 3 years. He sends it down. There's no sabotage. They say it right here. Send it back, resend it through. Any rational judge is going to immediately release them that day. That day. Because the maximum they could do was 18 months. They've been in for 3 years. That's the maximum. Oh, so that Quigley gets them on the horn, and they have a conference call. Boom. He yells at me. He says, this judge, this is how insane this guy is. How overstepped illegally his own bounds he is. This is so grotesque illegal. And the American populace doesn't stand up and defend her. The media doesn't. The anti-nuclear establishment doesn't defend her. What the fuck? What a fucking litmus test. It's fucking outrage. This should have been the #1 story in the fucking world. The Pope. The fucking Pope. She's a Catholic nun. An angel. Dorothy Day! Dorothy Day! Hello! Oh my God. Wow. She should be sainted in my book. But, I guess this is my book. So, he says, I'll get around to it maybe in July. What? 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 So I put up a video. Quigley's already filed a motion that he's all over this. And this court... Usually, you file a motion, it takes, oh no, these judges are pissed. They're like, what? Immediate. As soon as Quigley gets in there, they file it right back. We want him released now. That was Friday. It's Sunday. What are they? This is the evil game they played. They did it at fucking Gitmo. They did it to Aaron Swartz. Aaron Swartz didn't do anything wrong. Oh, he could play it out in the appellate court and maybe he'd get lucky like that. Well, he's 26 years old. They're telling him he's trying to plea bargain. 35 years? For what? For what? So he goes home and I was in there. That's the day my father died, January 11th, the same day. I broke down. I was in very, very critical condition that day. First trip, my hospital let me come out. And I wanted to go see my daughter and see my people in New York City, the place that I love. And so many people, you know, I told my daughter I want to go. So my daughter's actually paid for my trip, flew me, you know, and Lonnie Clark. And I broke down. It's the only time I really broke down in this. I was given 2 months to live. This has been an epic fight. So this is the 500th anniversary of Michelangelo, who went through the same kind of torture. Finished Moses. Holy Moses. Let my people go. Set my people free. Almost to the day. So the appellate court turns it over on V-Day. You can't make this up. On V-Day. V-E Day. That day. She goes in on that. I mean, the angels are watching over her. I hope she comes out Monday because it's almost the exact day, 500 years, he put the last to that incredible. I'm going to see it. I'm going to Vienna. Lonnie Clark will be organizing a lot of this. You know, the Post-Ignorance website will be there. I'm going to take on the IA. I know I'm a guest over there, and so I have to follow law. So I'm counting on you people in Vienna to, you know, make sure that I follow law because I'm a guest in Europe, and I want to be a good guest. You know, I want to do so. What we need as far as permits in front of the IAEA, the cement fuel cycle, it's very important I'm there. This is the biggie. It's a biggie. We've been planning this for a long time. It's very important that I'm standing in front of there with my YouTube camera. You know, hopefully we get a better camera, you know, and we'll have some people come together that are, you know, live in Austria, and so I can make sure I follow the rules. In the United States, it doesn't matter if you follow the fucking rules. They make them up as you go, fuck whatever. So, these dates are incredible. This story is incredible. The angels, like I said, I know the angels will watch out over me, the people that pass in front of me. I should have never lived. All these people, whatever, the type of leukemia I had, you just don't live. People just, you know. But I've always had faith. I've kept faith this entire journey. I've kept faith, and I've never asked God for one thing ever. I've thanked Him every time, you know, whatever God there be. And you know, I'm a big supporter of the Muslim community. I love my Muslim brothers and sisters. Even though I disagree with, you know, our Mormon faith and the thing, I was raised Mormon and I disagree with so much and I think he lied about so much and sort of thing, but I'm not going to sit and question if I'm going to respect their religion. I just don't like the hypocrisy of all. I respect all because this is a human mosaic. We're a family and I love them all. Just like Megan. I learned that from Megan. I learned that from Megan's mom. You know, that's how we, you know, we have to be strong. We have to be tough. They call it these fucking liars. We're men. Come on. I'm a man. I'm a grown fucking man. I'm going to act like one. I'm going to protect my family. Whatever I do, I'm going to protect my grandchildren. I'm a grown fucking man. My father did it for me. His father did it for him. I'm not going to fucking panty paint me a softball. I'm going to fucking fight in a fucking very fucking logical, reasonable, fucking legal, intense way. Fuck, I can't believe it. So she's still sitting in there. And I know for a fact she's been in a lot of pain. I know for a fact that she's suffered. This is, you want to talk Nelson Mandela? This is not, right here. It's like when, you know, Helen Caldecott, one of those safe followers, talking about the University of Washington, talking about the Marshallese. Yeah, it's horrible. Oh, it's so disconnected. There's 300,000 of us. There's 40,000 human rat Marines fucking right in your face. Oh, fucking nuclear fallout doesn't cause cancer. You people insane? Fuck, it's all right there. It's logical. It's been put right in your fucking face, John Kennedy. My God. This fucking studies you want, next thing you're going to say, you're going to, the Earth's flat. What the fuck? Logic and reason? What? You just make shit up? You don't? What a sick time to call. 19 tolerant trolling. That's just on balance sheet. We got to fucking, I listen to the voices of my great-granddaughters. Wow. Just like Occupy. You know, they stole it out and they started this shit. You know, when our group's the ones that fucking started occupying, I can prove every fucking bit of this. Ask John Anthony Ferrers. Ask Steve Grant. Ask the people that were originally at NYU the winter 2010 with me and my fucking signs there. Ask them. Ask people all over the internet. Our group. But no answers, they co-opt it because, oh, okay, we have leaders. Leaders. Fucking please. What was Margaret Mead's great line? Always the few. Put a tariff back at the fucking port. Get rid of the fucking Patriot Act. It was supposed to be temporary anyway. Usury fucking laws. You know, shut down all this fucking nuclear. It's against the law. It's overstacking. There's no answer for the waste. They're violating the law. We don't need new laws. We need these fuckers to follow the fucking law, including judges. This is beyond legislating from the bench. This is way beyond it. This is beyond, this is pure fucking evil. Pure fucking evil. This is an 85-year-old man being tortured, false imprisonment. Set my people free. Oh my God. It's biblical? Oh yeah, Abalco. Literally. It's fucking one of the most disgusting, outrageous things in my whole life, and there's been some discussion. Well, who are we? Who the fuck are we? The fucking media, the anti-nuclear establishment, the fucking American populace? Nobody defend. Yeah, and you want to come out now? You want to come out now? She's been in prison for 3 fucking years, near dead. Near dead. Fucking in a holding facility at 55 degrees. For what? For what? Writing peace, not war on a fucking retaining wall? Charged $400,000? Fucking, I'm so fucking disgusted. I cannot believe this fucking rat judge, this rat fucking prosecutor. May fucking God have fucking mercy on your fucking soul. May God have mercy on all you fucker souls. That's all I can say. Long live Megan Rice. Long live Greg. Long live Michael. Long live Plowshares. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for defending my dead father, defending my dead fucking love Monica, for defending all the people around the world. This is a global fucking issue. This is all, we are all Megan Rice. We are all Aaron Swartz. We are all I am Pat fucking Tillman. These globalist fucking hairspray liar fucking rats. We recorded you in history. We know ahead, just like then, the popular fucking thing, just like then, 2,000 years ago. Holy Moses. Stay tuned.